You're listening to the TF Motorsports official podcast, all things monster trucks. Welcome to a brand new episode of the TF Motorsports official podcast. I'm Thomas Frasco, as today we're back on our normal date, but just a heads up, next week we'll be back on a Tuesday because next Monday I have Carnage Tour to compete in. So just a friendly heads up, next week we will be on a Tuesday. So here we got Monster Jam news. We also have fan questions and, of course, Monster Jam recaps and predictions for next week. Kicking things off is Monster Jam with their stadium event in Seattle, Washington at Lumen Field. That event had some ups and downs. Racing was won by Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Then Skills was won by Tristan England and JCB Digatron. Tristan just put on a very great run in that truck. Though his points chances got a little shaken up just a bit because in freestyle he actually dumped it immediately after a few hits, so he didn't even get a score. So that hurt his lead by a little bit, and we will get to points when we get to points. He is leading, but now it's been slimmed down pretty significantly. And then freestyle, there was some good moments, though we will be getting into some of the controversies with freestyle scoring, which saw Adam Anderson get the win. Overall, Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt. A few things to take away from this event. Todd LeDuc. I'm surprised they used Megalodon for this Stars and Stripes thing. I mean, it's an okay looking truck. I just feel it would have been better suited for like JCB Digatron, like an seriously a USA version of JCB. Honestly, would be pretty darn cool. My dad agrees. I like the Megalodon thing. Yeah, it is kind of cool because again, it's like, it's a blue top. Though I just figured it should have been for like a different truck. But another interesting thing is, for the second time, they got Megalodon with Todd LeDuc debuting a new paint on that truck. I guess Megalodon is pretty much like the experiment truck, and Todd LeDuc's the experiment driver when it comes to new paints. They did this a couple years ago when it was when Todd LeDuc's Megalodon became Neon Megalodon because of the World Finals and them bringing back unique paints. So I would not be surprised if they did this for like a Superstar Challenge event, but this Megalodon that Todd LeDuc is driving, by the looks of it, if he does make the World Finals, this will be his paint that he will have for the World Finals, which this was pretty much a promotional paint, which they labeled it Megalodon Stars and Stripes. So Adam Anderson laid down a pretty sick Gravedigger run, got some great wheelies, big air, backflip, and managed to get a big ragged edge typical Gravedigger cross thread, which again, if you drive Gravedigger, main thing is to get a cross thread, and Adam Anderson still does that. So great on him. So some fans thought that Megalodon should have won because of the consecutive backflip, but here's the thing. The majority of the run was very slow. Again, kind of typical with Todd LeDuc now. I don't know if, again, either he's hurt or he's just not into it no more, but there was also another thing. It looked like the rear steer stopped working, so that could be another factor, but the majority of the run was pretty meh right up until the consecutive backflip, so the scoring was fair. But we got to Zack Gardner on Wildside, and he lost by a little bit, and I was surprised at that. He laid down a great run, filled in the clock, save, backflip, and got the biggest air of the night. And also did a cross thread. So I thought he matched Adam, though the scores went low. So, So, again, Zack Gardner got robbed of the win, but still Adam Anderson got his freestyle win for the first time in a while. So, and now with the overall event championship, Bryce Kenny, Monster Mutt got it over Adam Anderson and Ryan Anderson. And we're actually going to talk about championship points deductions. I forgot to talk about this last week, but finally, they're revealing points deductions of what happened during the events. Though even though that they have the point stuff added, I still wonder why, if you go to the Monster Jam website, there's no points thing to click on. You actually manually have to look it up. So, I mean, I hope it's like a glitch or something, because if they remove points, then that'll be freaking atrocious. But yeah, so we'll see how things go eventually. I hope they add it back. So yeah, so there's actually a points deduction for Tristan England and JCB Digatron. So this championship points deduction was for a time infraction during skills. What? Okay, so apparently you can only go a certain amount of time. I think I heard something about you can't go too long during your skills run, or like can't go too long on a certain move. I think I might have heard something like that. So I guess it's some random rule. What Monster Jam should do with their website is, if they're keeping points, obviously put the points thing back on the website, but also add a points rules thing on the website, so we know exactly what the rule book is for points. So if they get a deduction, we know exactly what it is. So then it's easier to follow, because even I'm kind of back. I'm back on like the points. I don't know a lot of the rules. So we got 5 points deducted from the event. So Tristan is leading by only 4 points. So it's getting really, really close between him and Ryan Anderson. Meanwhile, Bryce Kenny is in third. He's 21 points behind Tristan, so he could still be in striking distance. Then you got Zack Garner, Adam Anderson, Todd LeDuc, Mike Pecogliarulo, Cole Vennard, Caleb Blood, Jamie Garner, Nick Pecogliarulo, and Matt. So yeah, it's getting good. And we'll see how things go. Also, another shout out moment I forgot to mention. Matt Pagliarulo, in Jester, laying down a pretty good moment. Like big air, did like this weird rebound on the front, managed to land it, and Ryan Lacoste, our old BKT god, he put I think he said something on the lines of I forgot, it was like Daddy Yes or something like that. I forgot what it was. I don't know. But one more thing to note about the event. In racing, Mike Pagliarulo went for the turn, wiped out, managed to save it, and Ryan Lacoste, he said it. He said the line, back on all 4 BKT tires. Everyone went crazy because Ryan Lacoste said the ultimate line. Oh man, I'm debating on if I should bring back the BKT sign, because Monster Jam's first major event, back like the MetLife 2021 event, I made a back on all 4 BKT tire sign, and I hope I hope he says this more often. I hope more people say it as well, because again, it's you gotta stick with the meme. All right, so now going into New Orleans, this event was kind of really. So with this event, Dalton Weiner got the racing victory. Cannon Murphy laid down a typical skills run for him in Classroom Crusher. Cole Stevens, Thunder Roars had a pretty good run. Barry Musauer had a decent run. But Tyler Menega won the freestyle competition, and for this one, it was well deserved. He got the backflip. He got a cool sidewall save, and then he also went back and did another save on top of that to wrap up the show after some big air. So Tyler Menega got the victory with ease and also got the overall event championship. Well deserved on him. He's walking away now just by 5 points as he took back the lead from Barry Musauer. So Tyler finally found that run, because he's been struggling with freestyle this whole season so far, but he's finally found that run that he's been needing, and now I think he's going to be a little bit more tougher to tame in this series moving forward for the next few months leading into World Finals. So hopefully he does well throughout this rest of the season. Barry also, he's been doing very well, and he can catch up. Like with one unlucky event for Tyler, Barry can easily play spoiler and take back the lead because, again, it's not so far behind, just like the West Series. Then you got Cannon Murphy behind 64 points. Then you have Dalton Widener, Armando Castro, Colt Stevens, Cynthia Gauthier, Jim Kohler, Chris Kohler, Mike Christensen, Joe Foley, and Kevin Crocker. Last event that we're going to go over. This was the Weston Anderson show yet again. At this point, we should just hand him the championship. He's done a lot, and yeah, at this point, he should walk away with that. Pulling up points now. They were at, I think it was, Columbus, Ohio, at the Scottsdene Center, as they had a total of 4 events. Weston Anderson would get the racing win on Friday evening. Devin Winfield would get the Velociraptor victory in skills. Then going into the freestyle competition, winning that would be Weston Anderson. He would get the overall event championship. Saturday afternoon would feature Cody Saucier and Dragon, get the racing win. He would also get skills and overall, but Brianna Mahan would get the freestyle victory. Moving forward to Saturday evening, Cody Saucier would once again get the racing victory. Devin Winfield would get skills and overall. Cody Saucier would get freestyle. Moving over to now Sunday afternoon, that one, Weston Anderson would win racing, skills, and overall, but Brianna Mahan would win freestyle. And as I said, going into points, Weston Anderson is leading over Devin Winfield by 295 points, and Cody Saucier by 296 points. Yeah, Weston should just get the trophy. I mean, I think they only have a handful of events left. There's no way that anyone's going to be touching Weston at this point. He's going to the World Finals. Devin second, Cody third, Brianna Mahan fourth, Tim Hall Jr. fifth, and then Ashley Sanford sixth, Berto Trevino seventh, and I'm surprised Alex Barton's not back yet. I think Corey was back there. He's eighth. And that is the event recap. We'll go over event predictions and where they will be at the end of the show. All right, so going into our next topic, Monster Jam news. We got some news revolving around an event that's officially back. If you remember, Freestyle Mania started off in 2009. It was an event that I think it was at only one location. Then 2010 and 2011, they really amped it up, having more locations. Luckily, I was able to see this live and in person at the Izod Center in 2010 and 11. They stopped doing it for unknown reasons, and now they brought back the concept, but changed it up a bit. So it's still called Freestyle Mania. Spin Master is the main sponsor, because of course it is. In this event, there's actually going to be something different with it. So with the original event, it would have pretty much a monster truck event without racing. It would have, technically it would have time racing, but it was called the Maniac Challenge, and UTI was sponsoring that. But they would have mostly freestyle throughout the entire show with very unique tracks, and then they would also have that dancing car thing where the guy would have the remote control. If you probably saw those videos of cars dancing, that's probably what that was. Where the suspension would be going back and forth and jumping, They would have the t-shirt cannons, and they would also have the main attraction. Freestyle motocross, quads, BMX, and then also bikes doing wheelies and nose wheelies. And then they would put it all together, and they would hit dim the lights and everything. It was just such a cool experience. I'm surprised they didn't do this for this new version. So this new version of Freestyle Mania, it's actually an event, instead of it being an all-out freestyle arena show with crazy thrills in the middle, it's now a monster truck motocross team up. So as it's put, in this event, as Monster Jam put on their website through bulletins, In this event, the world's best Monster Jam drivers team up with fearless freestyle motocross riders to thrill the crowd with big air jumps, crazy tricks, and unbelievable backflips. Freestyle motocross bikes are designed to match your favorite trucks, including the legendary Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, JCB Digatron, Classroom Crusher, and more. It's all about the team and earnings points to take the overall event championship and the Freestyle Mania Series title. So they're also going to do like a mini point series with this event. So that's pretty interesting. So I guess they'll get some cash prizes at the end of it. So how will it work? Monster Jam trucks will go in racing, skills, and freestyle like a regular arena show, but freestyle motocross bikes face off in best whip and best trick competitions. Five competitions with a total of 40 points up for grabs. Teammates cheer each other out to do the competition and earn the most points. You get the score, the athletes in real time at judgeszone.com. Freestyle excitement, full send family fun. Stop putting the what, like, you didn't have to put the family fun. You already got it there. Okay. Anyway, sorry. It's just so typical nowadays. So with this event, there's actually like teams. So you would have the driver, and then you would have the motocross driver. So instead of it being a crazy thrill show with a bunch of things happening, they're just gonna have it as like an extended freestyle motocross event. And again, they did not mention anything about the track. So if they mention something about the track and they're going to have something unique and different, cool. If they don't have anything about the track and like it's just the same arena pod, then this could be a scam in a way because they labeled it Freestyle Mania, but all they did was extend the freestyle motocross just a little bit, and that's about it. So if they have a custom freestyle track for the trucks, awesome. If not, then that's a scam. So I'm just putting it right there. I hope they have a different track for the series. Even though that this tour is only going to be on the West Coast, I really hope like to see on the streams, I hope they have a different track. Because Freestyle Mania is one of the major things that it's known for is having arena tracks that are not like your typical arena tracks. They went and they just made the tracks freestyle focused. And that's why that series worked, along with the crazy thrills that happened after the trucks. So they should really think about making the custom tracks. If not, then yeah, you're scamming a few people just for having a different name. Because when you have a different name and a different tour, you gotta change up your track. You did it for Ramped Up. You got it for the Stadium Series. The World Finals, obviously, you have a different crazy track. And the same with the Superstar Challenge. So we better see a different arena track for Freestyle Mania. So just putting it out there. Driver pairings. We got Tyler Menega. And again, for the motocross drivers, if I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry. So Tyler Menega and Kyle Bonet will be Team Gravedigger. Team Sparkle Smash will be Caleb Blood and Casey Bonet. I guess they're related. Team El Toro Loco is Devin Winfield and Marco Gonzalez. Team JCB Digatron is Tristan England and Billy Wilson. Team Megalodon is Alex Barden, which he'll be better by then, and Dean Pate. Team Classroom Crusher is Cannon Murphy and Craig Duffy. Team Thunderoris, interesting pairing, Tim Hall Jr. and Braden Anderson. And then Team Ostermont Dalmatian with Carson Williams and Jared Leroux. Again, it's an interesting last name. So that's the look into Freestyle Mania. I'm intrigued on the concept and also knowing that it's going to be a completely separate point series for the summertime. So at least we get like a whole different point series to kind of spend and like watch that if you're having a slow weekend. but I hope and pray that they have a completely customized new track. Because, again, if they don't have a new track, then it's going to be pretty scammy. So that's really all the major news I can muster. I don't think there's any other bits of news that are out there. Looking through some of the servers, I don't see anything. We already talked about Todd LeDuc's truck. We already talked about Freestyle Mania. So it looks like we are pretty much done with the news already. Just only one story. Now, fan questions. Let's go into fan questions on Instagram at Real Thomas Fresco. So there was two questions that actually got posted last week, but too late, and I saved them for this episode. Bone Man Hansen puts, what's the best independent freestyle you saw from last year? So for independent, unlike this year where I'm going to quite a few of them, last year it was only one, and it was Sussex Fair. Either Sean Alblin in Web Slinger or Stephen Thompson in Hurricane Force. Both put on some good runs. I'm going to have to go with Stephen Thompson in Hurricane Force. He just did so much with like a track that didn't really have a lot. Joe Jalao M2 put, do you think Queso will obtain Wild Thing in the future? I mean, he's confident, and if he does, I'd be all in for it, because he really likes the truck. It's his favorite truck. And yeah, if he makes actually that whole thing, dude, I'd be all in, you know? Much respect, because again, I like Wild Thing. I got the diecast. Hell, I even have a freaking custom body for my RC from Mini Jam, for crying out loud. So, yeah. Let's make it happen. So now this is the questions from for this week. Monster Jam Jivum, it has like jam but a V in the middle instead of an A. They put, what are your thoughts on Megalodon Stars and Stripes? We talked about it earlier. I mean, it's an okay concept, though. I think JCB Digatron would have been a better concept. Caro Harrison put, why was the USA Megalodon revealed for Seattle? Or in Seattle? I don't know why specifically Seattle, but it's specifically for an advertisement for the World Finals coming to Salt Lake City, and they're gonna have, I believe they're gonna have that truck as the livery for Todd LeDuc for the World Finals. So I guess it was just for like promoting the World Finals. East Coast Monster Truck put, in your mind, what's been the best tour so far? Central's just been very competitive. I love just how they've been going back and forth with wins. But if I had to pick a stadium tour, it would have to be the West Tour. Again, the West Tour's track offers more, and the drivers, because of that track, and they've been sending in and whatnot, they've been putting up some really, really good moments. The East Tour has a good track for racing, but skills could be and then freestyle doesn't really have a lot. So, honestly, it's going to be the West Tour if you're picking stadiums, and then just all in general. Might sound like a hot take, but I'm going for the Central Tour. Andy Liszensky put, most and least favorite stadiums by look. I think we already... Oh, you mean like... So if you're picking tracks, it would be the West Tour is the best, and then the East Tour sucks. But when it comes to like actual facilities, the best is either Raymond James Stadium or MetLife Stadium. My home place in MetLife, again, it's just like a comforting stadium. And then Tampa's Raymond James Stadium, it just looks so nice, and I just want to be there one day. But the worst looking stadium, from what I can remember from these events. Oh, that's tough. I mean, because like I don't think there really has been a stadium that's been pretty ugly. So I'll think about it later, and I guess I don't know. You can ask me again or text me back or something, because honestly, I have no answer for that. Virtual Rail Fan 434 put, how are we feeling about the new Mega? Oh, sorry, we already talked about that. Sorry for that. I forgot to merge your question with the other guy. Mike Trapper put a comment. Let's see here. I just want to talk to the Stadium West quote unquote expert judge. Oh, he's pretty much doing the Peter Griffin meme where he's like, I just want to talk to him. Yeah. So, again, I don't know. So, I think we're just about to get to the last part of the episode. Just want to let you guys know. New Robosaurus video where we actually take a look at Robosaurus. One of the coolest, side-axing one of the coolest things that was made, especially during the industry. So if you guys want to take a look at that, be sure to do that. And also, be sure to keep your eyes out for Motorsports Hour content starting next month, where we give you coverage at Orange County Fair Speedway for a street stock date, and we're going to try to get some Accord dates in there. And of course, June is when monster trucks officially return on Motorsports Hour, and unlike last year where we just only had one because of a couple of scheduling conflicts and also some tracks being uncertain with their futures, we will be having many episodes for monster trucks this year. So, and we're actually still making the schedule, so just keep your eyes out for that. All right, so we got all 5 tours competing in this weekend of shows. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we got here. So we're going to start things off at Hampton, at the Hampton Coliseum for the Central Tour, going on a 4-show weekend. And as what we usually do with this series, we usually go ahead and just predict one show, because obviously we can't do all the shows consecutively. Otherwise, it'd be very tough to follow. It's not like NASCAR where you just have one. So racing, gonna go with honestly we'll go with Triton Robbins and Crazy Train. He's just been the racer of the year in the Central Tour. Skills, we'll go to John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity. And then freestyle depends on who lands the backflip. We'll go with Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Overall event champion, we'll go to John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. Then we go to North Charleston, South Carolina, at the North Charleston Coliseum for the Weston Anderson Show, going for a 4-show weekend. Weston Anderson is going to win skills, freestyle, and overall. Racing will go to Cody Saucier and Dragon. That one was quick. And then the last arena show, the East Arena Series, goes to Wells Fargo Arena, another iconic location, for 3 shows. Racing will go with, we'll go with Tony Oaks, Thunder Roars for racing. Skills will go with Blake Granger and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And freestyle, we're gonna go with Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger. Overall, Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Now it's time for stadiums, and I'm super excited for these. So first of all, Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is one of the locations that I always look forward to in Monster Jam because of just how unique it is. You get a completely different track, and it's just a large space. Last year was great with the East Series. This time the West Series gets to go to Atlanta, Georgia, which this is going to be a banger of 2 shows, Saturday and Sunday. For one of the shows, we're going to go with racing. It depends. It's not like the other racing tracks. This one is a straight line course, and you got to nail the jumps to get it right. Knowing how these racers are, I think we're actually going to go with Zack Gardner and Wildside. His truck's just built for that. I think he's going to nail it and just be outsmoking everyone if he could just time the jumps right and time the light right. Skills, Tristan England, JCB Digatron, he just has this great record of putting up some really great skills runs. But freestyle, we're going to go with Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. I think Atlanta's Motor Speedway is just built for Ryan Anderson, and I think he's going to get it, and the overall event championship up to boot. Really excited for it. I'll watch Saturday back and then like Sunday morning and then watch Sunday live because Saturday, for only one event, the East Series will be going to Foxborough at Gillette Stadium, an iconic location for Monster Jam ever since the Path of Destruction days. They got one show coming up. And will this actually be a mud show? Who knows? Because, again, we haven't seen a mud show yet. And this might sound and I know people don't like mud shows, but I like mud. Like, you know, I'm a mud type of guy. We should see a mud show at some point. Again, it's all up to Mother Nature. So, racing, we'll go with, it's been kind of like different. You got Dalton Whitener getting some wins. Bari's getting some wins. Tyler's getting some wins. I think this one, we'll see an upset victory for racing. We're going to actually go with Hermano Castro and El Toro Loco for this one. Can never go wrong with an upset winner. Skills, Camden Murphy's just been on a roll with that. I think he'll get it done. And then freestyle, let's go with Barry Musauer and Zombie. I think he'll get a win there. And then overall event champion, Tyler will be consistent enough, and he'll get it. And that's going to do it here for the podcast. Just about 30 minutes, so really good time here on this episode. Remember, next week will be on Tuesday rather than Monday. So we got a very exciting set of Monster Jam shows coming up. Foxborough Saturday, and then Saturday and Sunday, Atlanta. So be sure to go ahead and watch Monster Jam this weekend, and comment down below what's your thoughts going into this weekend, and what you thought of Freestyle Mania's recent announcement. Thank you guys for listening in, and we'll see you next week on the podcast. Take care.